Hey, how are you doing? It's time for the return of the Your Game Show every Sunday here on the channel. There's actually been a ton of gaming news and rumors that I want to go over for many titles that I know you're probably looking forward to as well. So let's start with Spider-Man 2. Still kinda wild that we're getting a proper sequel to that 2018 game this year, and turns out it's actually sooner than I expected, according to the Venom voice actor Tony Todd. On Twitter, he responded to a random person by saying the release looks to be in September with a massive publicity coming in August. Commercials start dropping in August, so I'm told. Do you hear that? Those are the sirens from the Sony police. They got him. The tweet has now been deleted, but we also have the boss over at VGC who has been right many times, noting that this window matches with what he was told recently. And we can put 2 and 2 together because we only knew a fall 2023 window and fall starts on September 23rd. All Sony games are launching on a Wednesday now, and the only possible Wednesday in September that would still be in the fall is September 27th. So that's probably the release date right now, unless things of course change. And this, by the way, the same month and probably the date that the rumored PS5 with the detachable disc drive will be out as well. So makes sense to launch them alongside each other. I always thought Spider-Man would be in November, so does this mean that Sony has a different title for that window? Curious to hear your take, of course, in the comments. The Last of Us multiplayer seems to be the only possible option in my opinion, as the other studios probably need more time. We will, by the way, get more info on this project this year, so maybe with a release shortly after, just like we saw for part 1. It either way makes a PlayStation showcase for April or even May more likely. I will of course keep you posted here and also have a big predictions video coming very soon. And that Avatar game should have the PlayStation deal, and seems like Ubisoft is preparing the pre-order because Ubisoft data miner script found this image in the database of the Ubisoft store. Might of course also be at the PlayStation showcase, and that's why this is suddenly showing up. So yeah, if there was any doubt, this in fact a Ubisoft game, because we get a special pack for pre-purchasing the game with a cosmetic set, so an outfit and also a weapon skin. And that name, the Child of Two Worlds pack, is interesting, with question mark on Twitter noting that it probably means that the main character will have some relation with Earth, won't be 100% native Navi. Sure, this title could not be related to the story, but I still think it's interesting. We also know that this of course its own story in parts of Pandora that we haven't seen yet. It should be out at the end of 2023, keeping you posted of course here on the channel. This was a big week for Unreal Engine 5. During the Game Developers Conference, Epic showed a ton of new tools that they're adding to the 5.2 version of this engine. So let's go over some highlights. At one point they showed this car driving through a very cool looking forest. They talked about some things that made it more realistic, and then at one point they switched from a developer crafted world to a procedurally generated world based on those art assets and the direction from the small space that the developer created. This let them then insert an assembly by simply dragging it in. They could easily change other parts of the world as well. Like, this will really help the developers create large open worlds way faster. Like, Ubisoft of course used their own engines, but stuff like this would be perfect for them. There was also another demonstration where they used an iPhone to capture someone's face, which then in 1 minute was put into the engine and looked very, very good. Something that usually takes months to do. Like in Odyssey, they only had a couple of faces that you would see during every mission, but now with this technology, you could like really expand it and make it more diverse. We got a new look at Hellblade 2, which of course running on Unreal Engine 5 looks really, really insane. Fingers crossed that we get the game at the end of the year. I think it's possible. And this is a game changer, like even if you don't like Fortnite, we gotta give it to them. This looks awesome. So they also put the Unreal Engine 5 editor in there as well, so everyone can now make Fortnite levels on PC. You can even have someone join in from another platform like PS5, and then like in real time the people on PC can change things that the people on PS5 then see in their game, which kind of wild. And this editor also lets you make completely different non-Fortnite experiences, but still with the Fortnite gameplay. The possibilities seem really endless. And there's of course this Aloy skin in Fortnite, but I prefer the real game myself. And we now got the pre-order bonuses for the upcoming Burning Shores DLC, which includes an outfit color and the black tied sharp shot bow, which look pretty solid. The expansion will be $20 $20 by the way, which on one end is nice, that's pretty cheap, but also means that it won't be as big as I at least expected. I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments. They now confirmed that you need to complete the main story before you can access this content, which makes sense because the story takes place after the ending of Forbidden West. I find that exciting because then it's probably more meaningful. But yeah, we're still waiting for gameplay or a substantial trailer, although they did confirm that the DLC will include new characters, machines and adventures. Although I find the lack of new weapons, like they're not mentioned at all, kind of worrying. I hope we get some new firepower. We'll of course keep you posted here on the channel. And by the way, if you like the Sunday video so far, then leaving a like on it would really be awesome. And now moving on to some quick shots, noteworthy news stories that I want to quickly go over, like the beloved TMNT graphic novel The Lost Ronin, which is getting a AAA game inspired by God of War. This novel released in 2020 and told a futuristic story with the turtles. I really want to check it out because it's very well received, but yeah, now Paramount teamed up with an unnamed studio to develop a AAA game. Yes, we don't know who's developing it yet, but if I can make a prediction, I would say Flying Wild Hog, who just launched Evil West and also did Shadow Warrior 3. I think that would be perfect for a game like this, and they have nothing announced right now, so this could be their next big project. Of course, just speculation. Let me know which developer you think might be working on this in the comments. It's at least still years off. A game that is currently still planned for the end of May though is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and we now learned that while most people, including myself, are not that hot on the recent Suicide Squad gameplay, with the massive dislike ratio kinda speaking for itself, well, Andy from VGC actually heard that there's a ton of positive buzz from internal playtesting, so that they're way more optimistic about this game compared to Gotham Knights. Like, it's still rock steady, even though it's not a game we want, maybe it's still a ton of fun to play, so I think an open beta or something would really help. Again, it's not officially delayed yet, although there are many rumors about it. I will keep you posted here. I at least hope that they drop the online-only requirement. That would be nice. A game that's actually doing that is Redfall, after they received a ton of negative feedback. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, is the first time a developer is actually doing that. The open-world shooter, by the way, got some new gameplay and impressions. They seem fairly positive, praising the world building and shooting, but I do worry that it might become repetitive over time. Of course, still going to try it. It will be Game Pass day 1. And looks like CD Projekt Red is rebooting their Witcher co-op game, or maybe cancelling it altogether. To get you up to speed again, a while ago they announced their pipeline, which included a new IP, the Cyberpunk DLC that of course should launch this year, a new Cyberpunk game, and also that they got 3 Witcher projects in the works, including a brand new trilogy, Canis Majoris, which a Witcher 1 remake, and also Sirius by Molasses Flood, which is the multiplayer project, but seems like they're rebooting it or completely scrapping it, as they're now taking some losses from the production of that game. We'll keep you posted here. And every week I also want to highlight something. I call it Highlight Alright. Like, feedback is more than welcome in the comments on this new Sunday video format. I thought Highlight Alright sounded pretty great. Maybe you remember the announcement of Everywhere during Gamescom, a platform where you can create and play a ton of different games, which sounds super ambitious. Like, they want to take on Fortnite, good luck with that. But the interesting twist is that they're actually making a AAA game inside this platform called Mind's Eye, which, yes, gives some GTA vibes, and that's not weird, as Leslie Benzies, who has been a producer on many Rockstar games, is in charge of this studio. Yeah, it's a short trailer. I think it looks awesome. Everywhere should be out on PC at the end of the year, later for consoles, although it's not clear if Mind's Eye launches like around that same time. I at least think it's a nice highlight, alright? In this part of the Sunday video, I want to insert a comment, input, or question, anything that you drop in the comments. Obviously, I don't have anything yet. It's the first Sunday video of the year, so yeah, for next week, if you drop something in the comments, it might be highlighted. What's the plan for the coming week? Well, I finally want to drop a big Dead Island 2 video, because we got a ton of recent gameplay and info, and it looks better than I expected. Fingers crossed for more Horizon Burning Shores gameplay or news or whatever. Would love to make a dedicated video on that. I can also see them drop a new Hogwarts Legacy update. And of course, to round out the week, there will be a new Sunday video like this. So subscribe to not miss it. A like, again, would be awesome. You can check out that big 2023 games video by clicking on the screen, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.